Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Investment Nomad Podcast. My name is Natalie, and today we are here with Princess.
aka your property princess. Hi, everyone. All the way from Cape Town. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so we're in Cape Town, South Africa, and I want to share with you what is the real estate like over here because it looks amazing. I feel not everybody knows about it, and there's so many opportunities for investments. The scene is, I don't know, lovely from a movie, and I think you will agree with me if you're from the US that this looks like California.
Really, I feel like one thing about Cape Town, I always say there's like there's everything for everyone. There's parts where it looks like Europe. There's parts that look like Los Angeles, California, and there's parts where you like feel like you're in New York. And then so it's like there's a little bit of everything from all over the world, and we have such a beautiful blend of people here as well. And it's such an amazing opportunity that so many tourists do come here, and also just local South Africans touring within. So it's like an opportunity to meet everything of everyone.
Yeah, and besides real estate, I would love to talk about the culture and then about, like from a perspective of a local. First, who you are, what's your name, what do you do, how long have you been doing it for?
Okay, so everyone, I'm Princess, but yes, that's my real name. And I decided to go with that and brand myself as your property princess. So I sell real estate here in Cape Town. I mainly focus on the Blouberg and CBD central area, a little bit of the Atlantic Seaboard, trying to get in there. It's a bit tight, but we'll get there eventually. I've been doing real estate for about a year now, but I started when I was 18, turning 19. And now I'm 20. I turned 22 months ago. It's been an exciting journey. I'm working on becoming a full status agent this year. By the end of this year, I'll be like a full status agent, Canada no more. And I'm looking to build my brand and get more established in the real estate space and also connect more with internationals because that's another market that I feel like I really want to get into.
That's amazing. And I would love to chat a few things, like mainly what's the culture like, because if it looks from people from many parts of the world, also part of the history, I think that brings us to where we are now and your perspective, from being local and seeing people coming in and probably, how the prices are going up and how maybe right now is the time to buy if you're interested in this type of real estate that we saw like today in the tour. So let's start with like the different areas that we were already looking at and what's the characteristic for each of them.
Okay, so Natalie and I first started off looking at the Sandown area, which is in the Blouberg Western Seaboard side. Now that's a very new upcoming area. It's very much dystopian. The developers are keeping to one color palettes. If you go check out some of her videos there, you can see what the houses look like, very modern, quite affordable as well because it's outside of the city center. Due to such a higher demand and obviously foreign investors coming into the Cape Town, they're mainly sticking to the city center and Atlantic Seaboard, and those prices are so saturated because of such a high demand. It's almost impossible for any local South African to live there now because it's just so far out of their budget and livelihood to be able to afford it. So now more people are developing towards the outer skirts of that area, such as the Blouberg Sandown area, which is still getting affordable living, but for a much cheaper and affordable price. Then when we did take a look at the Atlantic Seaboard, one of the most prestige places to live, like if you live there, yeah, good for you, hey? Yeah, we did take a look at that. And the lifestyle, you've seen the restaurants. That's where the life, I would say, the heart of Cape Town is. All the tourists are there. It's a busy hotspot. I think all young people want to live there. The clubs are nearby, just any groovy spots that any young person has. Everything is so close by, walking distance, Uber's 5 to 10 minutes. It's the city, it's the center, and it gives the Los Angeles, that's the only thing I compare it to, like Los Angeles, by the ocean, you get the city, between the two, but then also if you go closer to CBD, I think we were there, we checked out some of the apartments, very business central, gives New York energy, vibe. We didn't get
a financial district.
Yeah,
right?
It's a financial district, you get a lot of that, a lot of investors buy there. There's a lot of conference centers, like where we're hosting EXPCon at the CTICC. Yeah, very businessy. If anyone going there, usually you get a Airbnb or something, very Airbnb. You barely get rentals nowadays. I don't know if you've heard of the housing crisis now. There's more Airbnbs than rentals. People are getting kicked out of CBD town. That's what was a problem. More people are now forced to live on the outskirts, the surrounding suburbs. Like we took a look at, we were in the northern suburbs today. Got to see the beautiful mansions. You can live an affordable life for better. And yeah, you get good prices, big spaces, mansions that are so insane. But an international would see it and be like, that's kind of affordable. You
It's
guys
very affordable.
always say, that's so cheap. For us, we're like, that's not cheap. But because there's such a high demand and people are loving Cape Town and they're loving the lifestyle all over the world. Honestly, I love seeing that other people love our country. They're coming in, they want to live here, which is okay. Like, enjoy it. But yeah, that's causing prices to skyrocket.
That's interesting. And we were seeing some mansions today that were like priced maybe at 1.2 from 700,000 US dollars to 1.6 US dollars, but they're huge mansions. One of them had 14 bedrooms.
Insane, I know. But for us, that's still a lot of money. That's like for us was about 20 something million. I think it was 20 something million, 15 million rand. Yeah, for us, that's like very few people can afford that. So that is a higher life for us. And also the ones we saw in Sandown, those houses that we saw, like the one we evaluated, only it's worth 4 million. Like, do you understand? For the Americans, obviously that's much cheaper for you, but for us, that's like an average middle class person can live there.
And what is the, if we can share what the minimum wage here, like for, so they can compare side by side on how long it will take you to save money to buy that?
So in South Africa, minimum wage, okay, that's the thing. In South Africa, the minimum wage cannot buy you property. A lot of people can't afford real estate. If you own real estate, you're actually seen as quite a upper middle class. Like, you're quite up there in the ranking, because the minimum wage for us is about 15,000 rand. That's not even minimum, that's the average. The average person earns per month 15,000 rand per month.
It's maybe $800.
Yeah,
$900.
it's quite low. So that's just like average. That's so sad. You can get a degree and that's what you'll get starting. So now a lot of people can afford real estate, which is why it's like, oh, you get a job, you study, and then you can't even afford to own your own place. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But if you want to own real estate, I would say people who are earning, they do earn more than 30,000 rand a month. Double that, 30,000 rand per month. Minimum to be able to afford to buy a good place. Beginner homes, by the way, that's starting.
Yeah. So then, have you seen like how the population locally has migrated? They're usually like the outskirts now more, because now the city center is super saturated in a way, and then now it's kind of out of a price range that they will live. I mean, if I have a place in downtown, I will say rent it out and live outside of the city, right?
Yeah. So now we've noticed the pattern. So more developments are forming towards the Blouberg side, the Sandown on the western seaboard. Developers are going crazy there, and more people are staying there because it's so close to my city bus routes, which is our public transport here. People can easily go to town. It's easily accessible, not too much traffic, 20 minutes away, 15 minutes away, still close, you're quite central. So a lot of people are moving to the Blouberg side, but also a lot of people are then moving to the southern suburbs, which I told you kind of gives a European vibe. If anyone has ever been there, if you go there, the houses, they look European. That's the architectural style.
What are the neighborhoods over there? What are the names?
The names, so Constantia, Pinelands, like, okay, Constantia's a much higher class. Like, that's like where you get the mansions. Like, every suburb has their upper class.
Yeah.
Constantia's like upper class.
Okay.
Range Rover moms live there. That's what I mean by upper class. There's Pinelands, which is more of middle class, but still kind of expensive because it's so close to town.
Yeah.
It's neighboring, but it's better because you do get at least bigger space for the price that you're buying. But we are developing a second airport. I don't know if you've heard about this.
No, I didn't know that.
There's a second airport developing here in the northern suburbs, in the Durbanville upper part. Like,
oh, cool.
The northern suburbs is getting their own airport because of how too much concentration is happening on in CBD. We're trying to start new civilization, like more people, making a new center so that more people can go stay there. So developments are happening in the Durbanville area, the one that we're in. Yeah. And yeah, the northern suburbs is growing.
Where are we right now? I think this is like a beautiful view. You can see it's real. It's not AI made.
It's not a backdrop.
Tell us more about this area, because this is like where the wineries are, and then it's more space.
Durbanville.
That's the name.
Yeah, Durbanville, northern suburbs. That is where I call it the suburban life. You wanna, it's like the American dream version, like the suburban. The South African American the South African's American dream, or Cape Town's American dream. Like, you get your nice house, schools are close by, wine farms, like the retirement villages are close by, you know. This is the soft life, like, it's quiet, like, listen, there's nothing. So you get a country life and a city life at the same time. Yeah. So I think it's quite popular because of that, because you don't have to be too isolated. but also, too close to the noise
Yeah,
in
true.
town.
I see that the lifestyle in the city is more like for the new people that move
The
into
younger,
town,
yeah.
and then you start like growing and expanding a little bit to the north.
Frontal lobe develops, and you're like, never mind, I don't want that. I don't want to live in a 24 square meter apartment. I want to
Yeah,
live in.
I mean they're small, and then of course the size gets smaller as you get to the downtown areas. We talk about the prices? Like, what are the average prices for a condo, like a one bedroom, down in the city and then by neighborhood? I mean, we were checking a few, but
in the city,
approx.
I would say for a good studio, like studio apartment, meaning there's no separation in the bedrooms, you could go about 2 million, 1 point something million, 1.5 million, 2 million rand.
2 million rand. Okay.
1.5 million, 2 million. There are some properties that go for like 1.2 million, but they're so tiny. That could be
So
like,
how many square meters?
that could be like your
I'm gonna
closet.
do the math right now on the rent, how many rents versus the dollar. So you say 2 million for a studio? How many?
2 million. I think if the closer you get to like the Atlantic Seaboard, there can be. I think I once saw a studio apartment at. It depends on the hotel. It also
Yeah.
depends which apartment building it is. But the more modern ones, I took a look at. In what's the name of this hotel? The Onyx. It's quite a
Oh, that's
popular.
right.
Yes. 3 million rand for a studio.
Studio. So we're talking about like the first studio at 2 million rand. Would
Yeah,
be
let's just
about,
say 2 million on average, because it really does depend on what the building is
Yeah.
and the amenities that it allows. But if you want to
That's,
get one with a pool and a gym,
that would be like for the studio.
yeah, 100
So 125,000 US dollars for a studio with amenities or without.
some have amenities, I would say. Yeah, a studio, some do have amenities.
That's not too bad for a studio. I mean, some people are like thinking about different cities and comparing side by side the look, the feel, how connected it is. So for 125,000, you get a studio, 25 square meters.
Yeah, and you can have a gym in there. Some of them are bigger, 35. Really does depend on the. I'd say a lot of the buildings are so different in town, so you can get a feel of what hotel you want to live in. Obviously, the 5-star hotels will be more expensive, 3 million, 4 million. But no.
So then, as we get to the different neighborhoods, what would be the next step, like closer where most of the expats live, or the people who come here and they're like they love it too much and they stay?
The Atlantic Seaboard. I've seen all the foreigners on like Instagram.
Here, like by
here.
No, by the we were the other day. What's the name?
Camps Bay. Yeah, that's the Atlantic Seaboard. So if you go to Sea Point,
So the
Green
Atlantic
Point.
Seaboard has different neighborhoods.
Yeah, so the Atlantic Seaboard, it
It's like
refers
that?
to the whole coast from Waterfront. Do you know that whole coast that we
like
went
that?
by? Yes, that whole coast. It starts at Waterfront, and then you get a little bit of Bantry Bay, and you get Sea Point, Green Point, Lindotno. There's like a whole entire strand, and it follows all the beaches. So Camps
Like-
Bay is by Camp Bay Beach,
Yeah.
Sea Point Beach, Green, So yeah, that I would say would be the best lifestyle, because people get to see the mountain, they get to experience the city, and they get to experience ocean. So it's like all three in one location. It's almost like amazing hikes. The restaurants are great. There's good like nightlife.
And the sunsets are amazing.
And there's a coffee shop on every street. So it's like you can get matcha, you can get this. So, and you also never get tired trying out all the spots.
Yeah.
Because there's
you
so
never
many
run out.
You never run out, and all the shopping malls, and yeah, it's just a great life.
No, I love it. So then that's kind of the area where most people, like the younger
to live.
generation, live. And after that, if they have to upgrade, they go kind of like up here, but you say like Blouberg and the north suburbs.
But I wouldn't call that an upgrade. That's the thing. Everyone living in Blouberg, and it's either because you live there because you can't afford CBD, like you can't afford to live on the Atlantic Seaboard, because that has the highest property prices. Like if you invest in those areas, you're guaranteed to get growth on your investment. There is no ways. Growth is exponential. Like property prices there, if you buy now and you resell, you will make a profit.
That's amazing.
Like that is how good it is, because the market is always growing.
What would you say a condo in that area, in Blouberg,
Condo.
near the water?
Call it a condo. What's a condo
We
again?
call it like when you guys have the shares.
Sectional titles.
Sectional title.
Okay.
Sectional
Yeah,
title.
sorry.
So sectional
A
titles
condo.
means condos.
Yeah, get apartments.
Because they're
Apartments.
sectioned
Yeah, they're
title.
sectioned. So our apartments in Blouberg, so we have also different suburbs within Blouberg, because I specialize in the Parklands area, and I've sold some from 950,000 rand, 850,000,
Really?
800,000. A lot of investors buying
900?
that 900, yeah, 900. A lot of investors buy
No
there.
way.
I kid you not. A lot of investors buy there and tenant it, get rental income from it. That's a lot of what I deal with, the customers I
Over
deal
there,
with.
it's
Yeah,
900,000 rent will be $56,000.
yeah. A lot of people buy
How many
them.
bedrooms?
2 bedroom.
2 bedroom?
Two bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Condo.
And then if you have two
Wow.
bedroom, 2 bathrooms, it's about 1 point something million, 1.2, 1.5. It
That's
goes about
amazing.
there. Yeah. If you want a 2 bedroom, it
And
depends.
that will be near the water or just kind of inland?
Inland.
Okay.
If you're near the water, that's like Lagoon, and that's more 3 million.
3 million.
Yeah.
But still, and that will be facing the water?
2 point, yeah, facing the water, 3 million.
So the 3 million, we're talking about 188,000 US dollars.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all for a condo.
That's probably the
facing the water.
cheapest. Yeah, that's probably the cheapest condo you can get.
So she can find you condos at that price, hopefully, because that's not bad at all.
I mean, if too many of you ask for it, unfortunately the price is gonna come up. So if no one finds out, maybe you can get one.
Yes. So as we discover this area of Cape Town, we're gonna be chatting more and, touring around with Princess. I would love for people to find you online so they can follow you, they can see what you're creating, and then what are the deals that you're seeing, at least from your perspective.
Yeah, well.
Some of your buyers are already your sellers are already kind of doing, like, I feel like they're flipping, like buying,
Yeah.
finishing,
Flipping
being
it.
done, and then they're selling it for a profit most of the time. So I think it's a very hot market.
Yeah, it is a hot market.
How can they find you online?
You can find me on literally everything: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all the same name, Property Princess, and my LinkedIn is Princess Nite. But if you can't spell it, just say Princess. Yeah, I
It's
should pop up.
Princess.
I should pop up, shame, don't worry. And yeah, I'm so excited to have you guys here in South Africa. What a blessing to meet you. And I
it's
can't
lovely.
wait to visit you guys. That's why I can't wait.
I know. So we'll put all her information in the description below so you can have it, click, and then follow Princess. And we'll also be posting more information about the property tours, what do you get for what, how big it is, and how luxurious Cape Town can be. Thank you for joining us on the Real Estate Investment Nomad podcast. I hope today's episode has inspired you to explore new horizons in global real estate. Remember, the world is full of opportunities waiting to be discovered. And with the right insights, you can turn those opportunities into successful investments. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us bring you the best content possible. Don't forget to follow us in social media for more resources and updates. Until next time, my friends, this is Natalie Salas, encouraging you to think big, invest globally, and transform your real estate journey. Safe travels and happy investing.